May I request our next guest of honors, Lieutenant General Samir Gupta ji, VSM Director General Financial Planning, Indian Army, to share his thought-provoking views.
Shri Atul Sopti, Director General of the Standing Conference of Public Enterprises, Shri Vijender Sharma, who is the President of the ICMI, and CMA Padmanabhan, the Chairman of the Global Summit, all the senior members, the delegates, and organizers of the event. A very good morning and Jai Hind to all of you. Firstly, I must tell you that a short interaction which I had with Mr. Vijender Sharma on the closing address of the first ever reorientation program, which was run by the ICMAI for the Indian Army, was a real eye-opener for all of us, in the sense that we saw the potential of what can be achieved with cooperation with a hitherto unknown organization as far as the Indian Army was concerned. The interaction there brought to the fore that there was a need for us to identify and to move ahead on a lot of other issues, and we are in the process of doing that. I assure you, we will look for areas where we can carry out more cooperation. It is a matter of pride for me to have been invited to this global summit, and this global summit which has been organized by the Cost Accountants of India, and the theme which has been covered earlier is the Unlocking Sustainability. G20 Presidency paves the way for an ESG-driven new world order. Now, India's G20 presidency has been regarded by experts across the world as an excellent opportunity with immense scope and potential, with the motto of Vasudev Kudumbakam already explained in a great amount of detail by Mr. Sopti. Now, India has embarked on the year-long journey of the G20 presidency, and indeed, there is a huge amount of opportunity for steering international coordination towards economic stability and prosperity, which is in general an overarching goal of the G20 organization itself. The Honorable Prime Minister of India envisions India's G20 agenda to be inclusive, ambitious, action-oriented, and decisive. India's successes and experiences are critical to tailoring global solutions. I am glad that the Institute of Cost Accountants of India has organized this global summit to provide a platform for exchanging ideas on recent buzzwords like sustainability, ESG, ecosystem, green energy, green finance, green entrepreneurship, etc. And the government is framing various strategies concerning these sectors for overall improvement of the Indian economy. Now, in India, the increasing importance of ESG is transforming corporate strategies. Regulatory mandates have played an imperative role in ushering corporations across sectors to engage in socially and environmentally conscious approaches to business. Integrating ESG into practice will not only add value to portfolios, but will also increase business sustainability. Our nation has clearly set its agenda for a sustainable future through its commitment to achieve SDG goals by 2030 and net zero by 2070. Similarly, corporate strategy is now closely linked to the priorities on climate change, decarbonization, principled supply chain, circular economy, diversity, equity, and inclusion on a strong foundation of good governance and supported by robust ESG measurement, reporting, and assurance. One of the indicators of the same is the introduction of comprehensive sustainability and environment, social, and governance related disclosures to nudge companies to look beyond the traditional finance centric models. Of late, the Government of India has unleashed a development of scale. Its initiatives like Make in India, PLI scheme, Digital India, Startup India, and Atmanirbhar Bharat are all fast tracking a predominantly agrarian India into the Internet of Things era. A leap that is critical to the nation's emergence as a global production and economic powerhouse. The Government of India's mission, e-governance, has made a paradigm shift on how it engages with its citizens. A vision for the future and sustainable development has been envisaged. The mission is to create value propositions by improving citizens' environmental, social, and economic values. Citizens are the epicenter of transformation. Conjoined with one of the youngest demographics and a burgeoning middle class society, this change will surely put India at a high position on the global landscape. India has emerged as a conscious aspirant and has shown promise and capability to take great initiative in paving the way in combating climate change and meeting sustainable development goals of the UN in many of its regulatory schemes internally, such as the introduction of the business responsibility and sustainability reporting by the SEBI in 2021. And the sustainability reporting format is based on the 9 principles of National Guidelines for Responsible Business Conduct introduced by the SEBI. The intent of the BRSR can be said to be seamless integration and alignment of various regulatory frameworks and compliance requirements in terms of environmental, social, and governance parameters to be followed by companies operating within India for the purpose of responsible conduct of business and transparent disclosure of their non-financial parameters and sustainability goals. The BRSR format acts as one standard for all in India for ESG related disclosures, and it will be intertwined with the financial performance of companies as well, as the BRSR report will be published alongside their annual report as an integral part. Let us probe into the remarkable growth of environmental social governance funds in India as an approach towards sustainable investment. Now, these funds not only seek financial returns, but also prioritize investments in companies that demonstrate environmental responsibility, social consciousness, and strong governance practices. The surge in ESG fund offerings by asset management companies in India reflects the growing concern for climate change, sustainable development, and a desire to support companies making positive contributions to society and the environment. Its importance, once again, I need not highlight again, it is visible to everybody today as the situation in Delhi probably highlights this to all of us. The world has realized that financial growth can only be achieved hand in hand with environmental and social responsibility. ESG funds offer an avenue to contribute to positive change while seeking potential financial returns. The AMCs are also launching exchange-traded funds and ETF fund of funds in the ESG space. Recently, the SEBI has proposed allowing mutual funds to introduce 5 new categories under ESG schemes and mandating ESG schemes to invest at least 65% of their assets under management in listed entities where assurance on BRSR code is undertaken. These measures are aimed at ensuring greater transparency, authenticity, and adherence to ESG principles. By providing clearer guidelines and promoting responsible investing practices, SEBI's initiatives can enhance investor confidence in ESG funds and foster the growth of this segment. On our part, the Indian Armed Forces have always endeavored to imbibe environmental friendly practices and have successfully built in social values conducive to building a sustainable future. I am sanguine that the deliberations during this seminar will throw light on various strategies for unlocking sustainability through ESG. Also, my sincere gratitude and heartfelt thanks to the Institute for their efforts in organizing this event. I wish the summit every possible success. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your thought provoking views.